Welcome, dear listener, to Spirituality in the Brain. I'm Vanessa Ancelone, your host, and this segment is all about the latest findings of neuroscience and the teachings of Spiritism. Today we're talking about exposure to TV violence and how it changes attention and brain structure. Young adult men who watched more violence on television showed indications of less mature brain development and poorer executive functioning, according to new results. Executive functioning abilities can be important for controlling impulsive behaviors, including aggression. This was published by the Indiana University School of Medicine in the journal Brain and Cognition. Researchers used psychological testing and MRI scan to measure mental abilities and volume of brain regions in healthy males with normal IQ between the age of 18 and 29. The lead author, Dr. Tom Hummer at the Department of Psychiatry, said, "We found that the more violent TV viewing a participant reported, the worse they performed on tasks of attention and cognitive control. The worry is that more impulsivity does not mix well with behaviors modeling in violent programming." When we looked at the brain scans of young men with higher violent television exposure, there was less volume of white matter. The take-home message from this study is the finding of a relationship between how much violent television we watch and important aspects of brain functioning like controlled attention and inhibition. Well, dear listener, this probably sounds common sense to many people, but it's actually the first time that science is publishing such results. In Spiritism, if you go to the Gospel according to Spiritism, in chapter 9, Blessed are the meek and peace-loving, in item 9, it talks about anger. And it says that anger is fed by pride. And there is a specific paragraph in which a protector spirit mentions, if persons would realize that anger does not solve anything, that it affects their health and compromises their life, they would see that they themselves are its primary victim. It's quite interesting because Spiritism is at the vanguard of humanity, and here we get to know that this anger, this inner violence can certainly compromise our health, our brain development, and also the functioning of our cognition. So it's very important that we nourish our souls with good and with healthy programs on TV. It's not a problem to watch TV because it's our modern time. The problem is what we are watching. It certainly makes a difference. What is important for people to be aware is that science tells us that whatever we think is reality for the brain. So if you're thinking or watching something, that's reality for you. And that's how your body is functioning. So if you're watching somebody running, your mirror neurons are going to activate similar neurons, and your body's going to feel like running. It's going to feel like it's doing the same thing. And if it's not a good thing, it's going to compromise the overall health because the dynamics of our body are going to be functioning parallel to what we're watching. So it's very important that we are selective. And the story of, I watch these things and I don't feel anything, I'm sorry, if you really know yourself, in the long run, you're gonna see it changes. And this is a science study showing to us that we have to be very careful. Whatever we are watching that is filled with anger, here we have violence, aggression, anger, wrath. These elements are detrimental to the physical body, are detrimental to us spirits, to our spiritual body, the very spirit. So ideally, don't watch it. And share this with your teenagers, letting them know they have a physical body that later is theirs as well, and they are going to take care of it in the long run of life. If they are misusing it, if they are not taking care of it, they need to be reminded by the time they get old, they are going to be accountable for how they used it and the wear and tear of the body as well. So if I am putting too much adrenaline in my bloodstream, it's certainly creating a mode of stress, chronic stress, and that is really, really bad for us in the long run of life. So Spiritism comes hand in hand with these teachings, telling us that it's not good for the body, it's not good for the spirit. So science and Spiritism advising us again and again, choose well your TV programs. This is it for today, dear listeners. If you have a question or suggestion, please write to us at kardakradio.com. We have a contact form, and we are happy to listen from you. In the meantime, keep feeling the blessings of God always.